Welcome to Dawn News. We'll be talking to military spokesman Major General Athar Abbas. When you say that there is no alien force in the area, what about the airstrikes that the United States have employed in the area, which seems to be one of the trigger points that has created the recent sort of uproar and terror activity that we're seeing today? How does the military respond, and is there a frustration within the military towards the United States because the military had said no to the airstrikes?
The policy or the government's view on the subject is very clear, that more than helping, it harms, because the public opinion it gets affected by these strikes. The perception in the public is that one, the government appears to be helpless, and there's a breach of sovereignty. And therefore it doesn't help the operation, it doesn't help the military, and it doesn't help the government. And also, as I said, that how crucial is the public opinion in the area of operation. We are fighting against an organization, we are targeting an organization, but there is a huge public present there in shape of tribes. Tribal people are living there. Now, we don't want the whole tribe up in arms against us. We don't want that line to diminish, which divides the tribe at large and the militant component of that area. We are there to eliminate the militant component of that area. We are not fighting against the tribe. Neither we would like that tribe to join the militant. So therefore, this is very important to understand that these kind of actions which these drone creates, this doesn't help neither the military operation nor the government. Rather, it is counterproductive. It makes the job difficult because it loses the public support in the local area of operation.
It looks like the war came over the border to Pakistan as a displaced war of Afghanistan. The United States, were triumphant in what they assumed was a victory, and actually all they did was displace the war over the border into your country here in Pakistan, which you're now fighting. And the United States has put a lot of pressure to do more, do more, do more. And according to, you might correct me on these statistics, but according to statistics that I looked up, since 2001, 897 troops have died in the NATO forces in Afghanistan, and in this country, almost double, 2,000 people have died. So does the military feel slightly demoralized by this pressure to do more when they've lost almost twice as many?
Absolutely. This mantra or allegation of do more is completely unjust and unfair. Seeing the sacrifices of the military and the people of the country and the huge economic loss which the country has suffered, if it still is not recognized or not accepted, then who has given this kind of performance or sacrifices? We have suffered a lot in the past. We are still in the operations against that, but we also feel that this kind of terrorism is badly affecting our country as well. I mean, we are losing our people in our cities and towns. This organization is responsible for most of the terrorist acts in our country, and this organization is responsible for destabilizing the state, the government. So therefore, we feel that we are fighting this terrorism in our own state interest. But of course, we do look at the threat according to our assessment. We prioritize the response according to our interest, and if it converges with the interest of others, well and good. But if it doesn't, then we have to go according to our own interests. We cannot go according to leave aside our interests and follow someone else's interest.
Is there any possibility or plausibility to the idea that the U.S. may have done airstrikes to force the war into the laps of Pakistan?
Well, we have taken the measures, and there is a coordination between the two, that we would like to stop any crossings, either from this side or that side, etc. And we have, before the start of the operation, had placed the forces around this area in order to insulate this area from any outside interference. And this kind of force is also available on the border to prevent or avert any crossing of Afghan side of all these Taliban or terrorists into our side of the border. So we are taking measures in that.
Is there a cooperative measure going on between the forces on the other side in Afghanistan and on the inside here in Pakistan? Is there a cooperative effort at all as far as the border is concerned?
We have border coordination centers. 2 of them have come up, third is coming up, etc. So there is communication between the 2 forces. We keep talking, we keep communicating, we keep informing in case if there's a this kind of operation close to the border, so that the other side should remain informed. They also inform when they are close to the border, they operate.
Would it be possible to say that the war gets displaced internally, so they move outside?
What we have done is taking measures to disallow any mass movement out of this operation area. At the same time, we are trying that no other area provides them the space to get into that and control the other areas. Also, the aim is to upstick or cause disruption in the organization. It should not remain as a organized force, because if you leave the area, you leave your base. And when you disconnect with your base, your ability to perform in a very organized way or as an organized force, it remains inactive for a very long time. Of course, I would not deny that after some times they may get organized. But then, of course, the state has the ability to reach out to the area. So if you deny them this kind of sanctuary, it makes the difference. And for a long time, they would remain completely detached from this facility, which they have created in their area. It would make a huge difference. And symbolically also, if you see, if they are denied of this area, which was the main base or which was the stronghold of their organization. So I think it would make a huge effect on the organization's ability to strike or carry out the acts of terrorism.
We'll continue our conversation, but it's time for another break. We'll be back. Keep watching Dawn News.